Alright gang, before I get into today's video, I just gotta say thank you all so much for everyone joining the channel, whether you're new or you're old. Thank you all so much for the love and support. The channel is growing exponentially right now. I can't thank you all enough. Y'all are really bugging out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm covering my settings. This is going to be for all the OGs. A lot of you probably got my settings. This is for the new people right here. My settings that I run in Warzone. We're going to run through them real quick. Check them out. Try them out for yourself. Let me know in the comments down below if you're vibing with them or not. All right, let's get right into it. All right, gang, for my settings, I run my button layout as tactical. Stick layout preset's going to be default. Our dead zone's going to be 0.007. If you don't know what dead zone is, dead zone prevents stick drift. So I do not have stick drift. I run a 0.07, but if you do, bump it up to like a 0.09, maybe a 0.10, but do it lightly. I mean, dead zone can really alter your play if you don't have that much stick drift and you compensate for it too heavy. So be light with that. My sensitivity, I'm playing an 8.8 right now. Sometimes I go 9.9, sometimes I go 7.7, but all around you'll catch me an 8.8 90% of the time. ADS sensitivity for low zoom and high zoom are both 1.0. I know some people bump their sensitivity way up and then they cut their low zoom and high zoom down to like a 0.96, a 0.98. I just stay at a 1.0. I keep it standard. Aim response curve type, I play standard. No controller vibration. Aim assist standard. I don't really like the precision or focusing options. And then for the aim response curve type, linear is alright. I've played linear in the past. I believe they added a patch to linear back in the day and it threw it off, so I just went back to standard. I haven't really switched it up, so I'll get back with you on the whole standard linear thing. I'll give it a shot. I'll vibe out with it, see what the deal is. Weapon mount activation is going to be ADS plus melee, and then weapon mount exit movements enabled, ADS behaviors hold. All of these are really like basic settings, except for the use/reload behavior. Contextual tap. This is the best setting for Warzone right here. Contextual tap. Tap to open crates, tap to open boxes, tap to pick up loot. You hold X to reload, you tap to get in a vehicle, tap to get out. It makes everything so much more fast. So try out contextual tap. If you're not using that, you're bugging out. You gotta use contextual tap. Armor plate behavior for me right now, I have apply all. Everyone's different. You can cancel plates. Some people are like, oh, I was plating, I died. You can cancel putting in plates. You just start spamming B and Y at the same time. You'll get over it. I promise. You'll get through it. Slide behavior, I use hold, auto move disabled, automatic sprint disabled, all of that. Parachute auto deploy, I disable. Now look, you got to be careful with this. Turn this off. You will splatter into the ground if you're not careful. I do it so I can get to the ground faster, so I can get the loot quicker. You know the vibe. As for general, I play on a 56 brightness. I mean, I could tone that down. It's all preference. Safe area. This is something for years and years. I always made my safe area as wide as whatever I was playing on, like that. No shot. Bring your safe area in as far as you can. Absolutely as far as you can. What that's going to do is bring your mini-map, your HUD, your ammo, everything closer so you don't have to look across your screen to see it and know it does not get in your way. That's a very silly concept. Film grain off. It's chalk to run grain. It looks horrible. Absolutely turn film grain off. Tooltips enabled. I mean, everybody needs a tooltip every once in a while, you know. Colorblind type. I cover this in every settings video. If you think that any of these settings help players stand out more to you, you're probably colorblind, alright? But thank Call of Duty for the free eye exam. That's all I'm saying, alright? Disabled. I'm not colorblind. This doesn't help players stand out for me, okay? Alright. Good deal. World motion blur disabled 100% and weapon motion blur disabled. It might make your game look pretty, but it's not worth it. It's harder to spot enemies. It's harder to get a fine dot when you're turning on kids. No shot. World motion blur off. Weapon motion blur off. Disable those chalk them. Another thing, square versus circle mini-map shapes. You always want to run square. Look at how big the square mini-map is compared to the circle. That circle would fit inside of that square with so much more left on the outside. It's kind of silly that they made this an option, but to each his own. If people don't care about their mini map, they want it out of the way, make it circular. But if you use that thing, make it square, and you see a whole lot more with that square, especially when you turn diagonally. You can see up the edges of it. Oh, it's great. Mini map rotation absolutely enabled. That's massive for me. Compass, cardinal, direction text. I use letters. I don't know if a lot of people use numbers. Like a mix between letters and numbers is solid because you can say west, southwest. But if you just spitting out numbers, I feel like it's going to be harder to spot numbers bunched in with a bunch of numbers compared to one letter bunched in with a bunch of numbers. Those, of course, the letters are going to stand out like sore thumbs, so definitely use letters. Let's go to audio. Here's a big one. Audio settings. I run boost high. I have Astro A40s and A50s, but I predominantly run my A40s TR Pro with my mix amp I got over here on my side. And boost high helps me get those footsteps pulled away from all the madness, so even when everything's going crazy, I can still hear when someone's pushing up or trying to flank. I can always hear that. Master volume's 100, music volume's at a 0, dialogue's at 15. I don't want it to overpower the footstep sound, all of that. Effects volume's going to be 100. Hit marker sound effect, I play classic. I mean, some people run the M-dub, whatever the new game came with, but if you're a COD OG, an actual fan of Call of Duty, gotta run classic. It hits too hard to not. Ugh, classic's the best. Classic is goated. And gang, that's really it right there. These are my settings. So go through, screenshot what you need to, apply it to your game, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of these settings. I'll catch y'all tomorrow with another banger. Let's get it.